Fred Wellman, the MeidasTouch Network, and Ron DeSantis is an idiot. I mean, that's the only explanation at this point for what he's been managed to do these last few weeks and months and years. And it's amazing he's still going strong. Why, just today, a new video came out in relation to his fight with Disney. Let's watch.
You're free to indulge in that type of views and ideology, but that's not consistent with our values in the state of Florida. So we took action, and now, because of what we did, Disney's not going to have its own government anymore.
Yeah, he's on camera. So here's what's going on. Disney's suing Ron DeSantis right now for his attacks on their special tax district and their whole corporation. That all started a year ago when the then CEO Bob Iger had the temerity to criticize the Don't Say Gay bill that Ron DeSantis was jamming through to stifle free speech in the educational environment. Well, by golly, we can't have criticism of His Highness Lord Farquaad. No, what he did is he attacked Disney right away. But see, the thing is, believe it or not, corporations have free speech nowadays, and even corporations like Disney have free speech. But let's not let that get in the way of doing things that would win the hearts and minds of Republicans. You know what? That video came out today, but also there's a poll from CBS News that shows something like 85% of Republican primary voters want someone's going to attack woke policies. and Ron's never one to miss an opportunity. But here's the thing. When you sue the government for violating your free speech, sometimes it's really hard. You have to kind of infer from their actions what it is they're doing, that they actually are attacking your organization. Unless, of course, you're Disney and your opponent is Ron DeSantis. Why, he admits it right in that video. But don't worry. That can't be. It's very hard to understand what he's saying. Unless, of course, he wrote it in his book. Craig Sargent, the Washington Post, has an entire piece out today examining the Disney lawsuit against Ron DeSantis. They actually pull quotes from his book that he wrote. And he talks about how he rapidly mobilized the legislature to go after Disney when they criticized him, to take care of their special tax district. He literally talks about how Disney, when they criticized him, was a frontal assault on his regime, and therefore, and he had to do something about it. But don't worry, that's just the book. He also wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed because Ron DeSantis can't just keep his mouth shut. In the op-ed, he actually talked about how he decided to fight back against woke Disney and put them in their place because they're woke ideology. So you got Talking Point USA, you've got his book, you've got an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. But wait, there's more. He did a press conference 2 weeks ago. And his press conference, well, he had some great ideas. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is hilarious.
District. One of the things they tried to do was put restrictive covenants on the land that the district owns. So if you look at this whole special district, Walt Disney Corporation obviously owns a lot of it, but the district owns other land. And, quite frankly, I wasn't even thinking about that land. This was not something that was really important one way or another. We just wanted them to live under the same rules, pay the debt, pay the taxes, all that stuff. Oh, but come to think of it, now people are like, well, what should we do with this land? And so, it's like, okay, people have said, maybe have maybe create a state park, maybe try to do more amusement parks. Someone even said, like, maybe you need another state prison. Who knows? I just think that the possibilities are endless, and so that is now going to be analyzed to see what would make the most sense.
That is so funny. Do you hear the crowd laughing? This guy is so funny. I can see what they call him, Top Chud. Top Gov. Anyway, you see what he's saying. He's going to put a state prison next to Disney. Have you ever met someone who's an adult Disney fan? They love Disney. And that's what we decided to take on. Want the irony of it all? Guess where Ron DeSantis got married to Princess Casey? Disney. He's literally taking on this whole thing for no other reason. That's great political points. But DeSantis has the political instincts of a turnip. Look at what he's gone after in the last year and a half. Let's see. The migrant flights in support of a law that said he could get rid of illegal immigrants in Florida, but the migrants weren't actually from Florida, they were from Texas. Or, when he created his voter fraud police, and the voter fraud police discovered instead that his government's incompetent and that people who were voting were doing it because they were told they could. So he has millions of dollars on voter fraud police that can't find any voter fraud. And let's not forget the gift that keeps on giving, the meme of memes, Ron in his disaster relief mode in his pretty white boots. The guy is a mess, and he won't stop talking. And that's the best part. I saw a letter to the editor in the Tampa Bay Times a few weeks ago, talks about how, Captain Ahab has found his white whale, and that's Disney. But the thing about that whole Florida, and that's a great metaphor, mind you, okay? But the thing about this is, what happens in Moby Dick? I mean, look, if Ron DeSantis spent more time reading books instead of banning them, he'd know that at the end of Moby Dick, the whale destroys the ship, and then Ahab ties himself to a harpoon, spears the whale, and the whale takes him to the bottom of the sea. Kind of like Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign, going down to the bottom. I'm Fred Wellman, the MeidasTouch Network, host of On Democracy, FP Wellman, available every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on the MeidasTouch Network. Hope you'll like, subscribe, share, review, make a comment. I love hearing from you. We'll see you Friday night.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.